YouTube. It is a beautiful day here in Halifax. I'm in the ZAM and I am on my way to my first car show in this province and in this car at Halifax Exhibition Park. That is a ridiculous number of X's. But yeah, I actually found out that I figured I'm gonna check to see what kind of car shows I can expect over the summer, and I just happened to catch one that was starting like 20 minutes after I checked, and I figured, oh, I gotta go to that one. And the weather's just so perfect, how could I not have the tops down? Yeah, I'm on my way. I've got this camera and I've got my actual camera, so I'm definitely gonna get some video and pictures of some nice cars. Hopefully the weather stays like this. It's not supposed to. YouTube, or good evening, or good night, or whatever the fuck it is. Random dude walking in the middle of the road. Well, that's a great way to start the day, already dropping shit. Went into the wrong lane. That's about right. Need to fucking clean my windshield. But, yeah, so went to the car show today. Was gonna shoot this video on the way back from the car show, but it was such a beautiful day out, I decided I just wanted to go for a drive. And I didn't want to deal with making the video at the time. Cat. So yeah, I'm making the video now. But to be honest, the car show was disappointing. I didn't end up putting my car in it because it was an indoor show and I did not want to deal with that tight-knit shit with the car acting up the way it is. But the reason it was disappointing is it was some kind of antique car club. So every single car there was an overly restored Trailer Queen show car. I saw maybe 3 of them that looked like they were actually driving cars, and even then it's not likely that they were. They're like, don't get me wrong, they were definitely beautiful cars. They looked fucking amazing. But I don't want to see cars that never get driven. Like, that's just not what I'm into. And I get, yeah, other people. Fuck! Gotta keep the revs up. Because when this thing dies, I completely lose steering. And for the most part, lose brakes. So, like, I really cannot afford to, okay then. Pedestrians and bikes prohibited. But yeah, like, I completely lose brakes and steering, so I cannot afford to let the car die or I'm fucked. But yeah, so they were all, for the most part, overly restored, better than original condition show cars that never get driven, really aren't worth the engines they've got inside of them. And I just don't like that. I go to car shows because I want to meet people who are into driving, not into washing cars, which I guess it's the wrong venue for it, because the people that are driving usually don't have cars worth going to a car show for, but I try anyway. And yeah, I shot some video. Camera fucking ran out of room, so I didn't get all the video, but yeah, I shot some video of the car show. And I will upload that, I don't know, probably before this actually. But yeah, it was disappointing. I just walked around, shot the video, and left. There really wasn't anything more for me to do. But I've never liked cars that are over-restored to the point that they look better than they did brand new. Because it's not the car anymore. Like, it's all this new shit. Like, I want it... If you're going to completely restore a car, it should be to exactly the standard it was in brand new. So it should look like it just came off the lot. It shouldn't look like it's fucking a brand new car that just looks old. Like, I don't like that. Like, I would much rather a car like this one that's weather beaten is actually a driven car than, like, that's what I want to see. I want to see a bunch of second-rate 80s cars that actually get driven. And I want to see people who actually drive them. Like, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to go to. That's who I want to talk to. And it's just not as common. And that's disappointing. I don't know. I definitely would be more at home in a show at a track. And it revolves around people dicking around on the track. But yeah. So like I said, I was disappointed with the show, which isn't to say it was a bad show. Like, there were some amazing cars there in beautiful shape. Is fun. It wasn't worth paying for, which I had to do, but it was definitely, like I said, beautiful cars. Fucking driving slow is not easy when you have to maintain a certain number of revs to keep the car running. But yeah, I've been driving around in the sun with the T-tops off, and the end result is I have a sunburn on my arm. It's pretty gnarly. And I've got a sunburn on my forehead that actually is starting to fucking hurt. And that's pissing me off. And so I'm fortunate I was able to get the camera on in a way that didn't agitate the sunburn, but I was worried I might have to hold the camera the whole video just because of how bad the sunburn was. But definitely really want to start getting the work done. I'm still gathering up parts so I can get this thing to pass an MVI, and I really want to beef up the brakes because today I was on a roundabout, and as I was exiting the roundabout, yep, died. Fuck. A group of kids started going on the crosswalk, and there was not enough time for me to stop, especially with the brakes and the condition they are. And I ended up having to swerve around them, which is fucking not good in any circumstance. It's illegal to blow through the crosswalk while they're crossing. It's dangerous to be swerving around people. I was not in any way happy about it. And I would not have, I would not have been surprised at all if I had gotten a ticket, and I wouldn't have fought that, because I definitely should have been paying better attention so as to make sure that kind of shit didn't happen. And also, like, I'm really worried about, like, in my Camaro, my 72, when the car died, yeah, you lost the power steering, but the car didn't become unfucking steerable. And this thing, it literally becomes unsteerable regardless of speed. So, if you're going downhill on a bend and the car dies, you are literally fucked. Like, completely fucked. Hello. Nothing you can do about it. If there's anybody in the way or if the bend's too sharp, you will fucking die. And that I am not very happy with at all. But, yeah, so the car definitely needs some work. And I would really like to do some work on the, beyond that. I'd really like to put some work into the top end of the engine, new carb intake, headers, full exhaust, really, valves, fucking, a cam. Like, I want to do a lot of shit to this engine. But at the same time, I don't think it's fucking worth it, because for a lot less money, I could just buy a 350 that's already quite a bit better and put that in the car. But, I don't know, definitely any serious mods is a ways away. I'm broke as fuck. There's a reason why I bought this car for only like $2,000. It's because I needed something cheap that I could drive. So, as much as I'd like to beef it up, it's gonna be a while. I would really like just to fucking clean the engine. The engine looks like complete fucking shit. Like, it looks like garbage. And that bugs me, because I was thinking about that when I was driving to the car show, when I thought it was just going to be a regular car show that this car would fit in, was I wouldn't pop the hood because the engine just looks like complete crap. So that's definitely something I would like to fix, is I'd like an engine that looks half decent. Well, frankly, first and foremost, I would like an engine that is half fucking decent.